we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Popeye them fi know say you firm a street, and the news where you carry are no counterfeit. So tell all who a fighter you them can defeat, and a God give you strength so your heart no weak. So may I say God and greatness. Like, subscribe and share to Popeye News Links if it's the truth you want to hear. So yeah.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. Now, in yesterday's video, a mistake was made. And you know how we do things over here so already. Even though we try very hard not to make any mistakes, whenever we do, we are not afraid to say, yes, we make a mistake, and apologize where an apology is necessary. In the final story I brought yesterday, I had said that the information was that it was Maximum who fired the bullet that killed Sheldon and injured Wacky. No, it was not Maximum. In fact, the bullet that Sheldon got was intended for Maximum. Are you following me? The shot was fired by a hoodlum from Grange Hill known as Tommy. He is well known by the police. We are told that Maximum's mother's house was burnt down because persons are upset with Maximum and blaming him in some way for the death of Sheldon. It is said that Sheldon, he was telling Maximum to cool it, but he was still arguing. We are told that Maximum, he was one of the persons who went to the hospital with Sheldon, and while he was at the hospital, he got a call that his mom's house was burnt down. Now, when I realized that there was a mistake in that story, I was gonna delete the video, but I made some checks and I was told that it's all good because everyone in the area, they knew that it was not Maximum who did the shooting. It was the well-known hoodlum from Grange Hill named Tommy. And no, I was not misled into saying that it was Maximum who did the shooting. It was a honest mistake on my part. So, Maximum and Sheldon's family, as well as persons in the area, my sincere apologies. And yes, yeah man, I know that some of you know I go say, see there, a pure fake news the dirty Popeye carry. That a few no business. Remember me tell you now. Now, we are also learning that another house in the same yard where Maximum's mother house was burnt down. That house was burnt down this morning about 12:30. That house is owned by Maximum's brother. It was a 4-apartment board and zinc house. We are told that residents of the area, they saw fire coming from a section of the house and they alerted the fire department and the police. By the time the fire personnel responded, they were only able to do cooling down operation because the house and all its contents, valued at over 2 million Jamaican dollars, were completely destroyed by fire. Sad indeed. In this next report, last week Sunday night, April 7, about a few minutes after 11 o'clock, a 39-year-old executive chef, he's from Spain, but he's working at a hotel in Montego Bay. He's staying at a location on Church Street in Montego Bay. We are told that the executive chef and a friend, they were standing outside the location where they are staying, having a smoke, when they were approached by a hoodlum wearing a ski mask. The hoodlum, he pulled a gun and demanded the bag that the chef was carrying. The chef's friend, he managed to run away. The chef, he handed over the bag to the hoodlum, and the hoodlum, he made good his escape on foot in the area. The bag that the chef handed over, it contained his Spanish passport, his Spanish ID, 400 euros plus other items. As a result, a report was made to the police. Now, midweek last week, the St. James Police, Acting on intelligence, they carried out a raid at a house at Queen Street in Montego Bay, where the chef's passport, his IDs, and other items that were robbed from him were recovered by the police. As a result, the guy who is living at the house and in whose possession the items were found, he was charged. His name is Marques Green, but he's popularly known as Quest. He is a 21-year-old merchandiser living at 3 Queen Street in Montego Bay. So, Quest, he'll be going to the courts shortly. This next robbery, it took place last week Wednesday night, April 10, about 8:30. It took place in the vicinity of the Portmore Mall along Dawkins Drive in Portmore in the parish of St. Catherine. We are learning that a 37-year-old taxi driver, he was driving a silver Toyota Probox motor car which he used to operate as a taxi. 2 male passengers were in the car. One was in the front and the other one was in the back. On reaching the Portmore Mall, the passenger in the front, he requested a stop. The driver, he stopped the car, and as the passenger was getting out, the hoodlum in the back, he pulled a gun and told the exiting passenger to hand over all his money. We are told that the passenger, he took out some money and threw them down on the car seat and ran away. The hoodlum, he then proceeded to rob the taxi driver of his cell phones, cash, and other items. He then instructed the driver to come out of the car, and the hoodlum, he drove away in the car, making good his escape. Just like that. Now, over in the parish of St. Ann, this one took place Saturday night, April 13, about 8:15. It took place at Scott's service station at Golden Grove in the Claremont police area in the parish of St. Ann. We are told that workers and customers, they were at the gas station when a white Toyota Probox motorcar with registration plate number 9203PP drove up and stopped. A total of 5 hoodlums jumped out of the Probox, pulled guns, and proceeded to rob the staff and customers. They were robbed of the day's sale of almost 600,000 Jamaican dollars. They also robbed cell phones and other items. The hoodlums, they fired a barrage of gunshots, damaging sections of a white Toyota Coaster bus that was parked on the gas station compound. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape in the silver Toyota Probox. We are also learning that when a check was done on the license plate number 9203PP that was on the Probox, it was found out that that license plate was last licensed on a vehicle in the year 2000, 24 years ago. That license plate was owned by a lady who was 90 years old when she died some years ago. What that means is that when you are finished with a license plate, or if someone died and was using a license plate, you either destroy that license plate or return it to the tax office. Alright? Now, in this next incident, Oran James, a 25-year-old construction worker of Shelley Road in the Bamboo Police area, he has been arrested and charged for stabbing and seriously wounding his brother Oshane. This took place at Shelley Road on Thursday afternoon, April 11, about 5:30. Our information is that Oshane and Oran, they had a dispute. It is alleged that during the dispute, Oran, he used a ratchet knife to stab Oshane 3 times to his chest, his left arm, and his right arm. Oshane, he was rushed to a hospital where he was treated and admitted. Oran, he was picked up by the police and he was charged for wounding with intent. So he'll be going to the courts shortly. This next incident, it took place last night, Sunday, April 14, about 8:30. It took place along the Harton Grove Main Road in the Ramble Police area in the parish of Hanover. we are learning that a man, he was driving a white 2012 Nissan AD wagon motor car along the main road and reaching a section of the road and negotiating a corner. The driver, he realized that someone was stooping down in the road on his side. We are told that due to the oncoming traffic, the driver, he could not swing from the person. As a result, the left side of the car hit the man that was in the road. He was hit into bushes. As a result, the driver stopped and the police were called. It was then realized that the man, his name is Keith James, but he was popularly known as Bam. Bam is of an unsound mind, and for years he could be seen walking on that road. From all indication, Bam, he died on the spot. Sad indeed. Now, in this next accident, I'll be updating this story in a subsequent video. But what we are learning so far is that man on your screen, his name is Nicholas Ricardo Thomas, but he was popularly known as Bling. On June 1 coming up, Bling, he will be celebrating his 39th birthday, and he lived at Ginger Hill in the Kingsville area of Hanover. Bling, he was killed in a bike crash at Grange in the parish of Hanover this morning. Like I said, I'll be updating this story in a subsequent video. Stand by for that. In this next story, you remember that I've been carrying some reports about what has been happening in the Hellgate area of Montpelier in the parish of Hanover. The first story I carried was about a guy named Baggio. Baggio, he was shot and wounded in the Hellgate area. I also played a voice note that Baggio, he sent out while he was a patient in hospital. Since Baggio got shot, there has been a number of reprisals and counter reprisals. Persons have been shot and killed and shot and wounded. Baggio, he was released from hospital and he has been getting follow-up treatment at the Sandy Bay Health Center. Well, this morning, Baggio, he went to the health center for treatment when he was attacked and shot by hoodlums. He received gunshot wounds to his face and his left hand. Baggio, he managed to run to the nearby Sandy Bay police station for refuge. We are also told that a man and a woman were also shot. I'm going to be updating this story in a subsequent video. But the mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also. Hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be one of the first to be notified. In the final story for today, this one is called Instant Karma, but the truth is, based on the feedback we are getting, it's not done yet, and I will soon tell you what I meant by that. Now, yesterday afternoon, Sunday, April 14, shortly after 5 o'clock, a guy in his early 30s, he operates a shop at Pega Road in the Irwin area of St. James. That guy was at his shop yesterday afternoon when one of his friends came there to check him. That friend is a licensed firearm holder. While they were at the shop, a silver Toyota Axio motor car drove up and stopped in front of the shop. A guy popularly known as Ratty, he came out of the Axio. Now, Ratty's correct name is Brandon Campbell. Last month, on March 1, Ratty, he celebrated his 23rd birthday and he was living at Pit 4 in St. James. Let me give you a little history about Ratty. Ratty was a well-known hoodlum who has been in and out of jail. He was also a known contract killer. Ratty, he was recently before the gun court on gun-related charges, but him bust the case. Ratty was also said to be a member of a gang in the area. Now, the shopkeeper and his friend, who is a licensed firearm holder, they were in the shop when the Toyota Axio drove up and stopped. Hitman Ratty, he came out of the Axio and immediately pulled a gun. Ratty, he opened gunfire at the shopkeeper, hitting him to both his thighs and his abdomen. The licensed firearm holder, he realized what was happening and he pulled his gun and opened gunfire at Ratty. Ratty ran off and he fell along the side of the roadway. The Axio that Ratty came in, it then sped off towards the meadows of Irwin direction. The shopkeeper, he was rushed to a nearby hospital where he was treated and admitted. Ratty, he ended up dying on the spot. A Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine affixed, containing 3 live rounds, were recovered from Ratty. Now, licensed firearm holder, job well done. But hear this. You should know by now that you are known by these hoodlums. Also, a close family member of yours who is a female, she's also known by these hoodlums. Please do what you must to protect yourself and your family. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Papa in Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver say, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no out can't take, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complaining. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them.